Joining the show tonight, this man just led the Cowboys from Hardin Simmons to their first win over Mary-Hardin Baylor since 2015. It's a ridiculous stat. They now sit atop the ASC heading into the final 2 weeks of the season. It's the man himself, Gaylon Glynn. What's up, brother? How are you?
How's it going, man? Good to be on here. Good to be on here.
Pumped to get you on here, dude. And we were talking a little bit before, like, take the expression of getting the monkey off your back to like the trillionth reason, whatever. That's exactly how it's got to feel for y'all, I imagine.
That's exactly how it feels, man. But we knew that, going into this week, going into this game, that, it was something that, we wanted to prove to ourselves. Our coaches talked about proving ourselves right. And so that's kind of the attitude that we had going into the game, into the week. So we were super confident that we would get it done, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Got to be. And I'm sure it's not the first time in the last couple of years that you've approached that game feeling the same way, right? But you just haven't gotten the results in the past, and you're a guy that has been through the program, right? Has grown up with this program, and I feel like that's just got to be extremely rewarding for you, being a Texas kid, coming here and going through that process of, whether it be on the scout team, then getting some reps, finally being named the starter, then a captain, and making that like step-by-step progression to be here. This is when you get to do some of the fun stuff, the reflecting, right, and looking back.
Exactly, like you said. I've been here 5 years, so I'm an old guy on the team. And
Yeah.
like you said, I've seen it all. Over these past few years, and like you said, going into the week, our coaches, I think they put together, a really good game plan, as they always do every week. And it was just, after we got the job done, it was just the one of my favorite parts of this weekend was going up to other guys who've been here with me, other captains who've been here for 5-6 years. And, we've felt that roller coaster of emotions over these past few years. So to finally, just kind of, like you said, step back and say, like, man, we really got it done, man. It's a great feeling for sure.
With that being said, y'all ain't done yet, right? We got a lot more football to play for the Cowboys down there. Most importantly, obviously, these next 2 weeks, man, you guys right now, you sit in the driver's seat, I guess is probably the best analogy there in the conference, in the ASC. And for me, I guess just assuming the way you guys are feeling, it's not a matter of, oh, we need this team to win and this team to lose or tie, draw. No, we got 2 games in front of us. We win both of these. We know exactly the type of position we're going to be in. I have to imagine that level of control has to be a great feeling.
Oh, for sure. We kind of control our destiny right now, in a sense.
Yeah.
With, like you said, being in the driver's seat, and but the season's not over. We still got 2 weeks of business to go handle, to cement it, and before we call ourselves champs. And then after that, we kind of harp on it as a team. We met, Sunday after the win, and kind of say, hey, in the grand scheme of things, we're far from where we want to be.
Yeah.
This is just another step in the road in chasing our goals that we set for ourselves at the beginning of the season. And so, like you said, we're hungrier than ever. This is just, another thing that kind of catapulted us into, in the position that we want to be in.
Hungrier than ever, bro. That should go on a T-shirt. Like that'd be badass. I like that. I like that. But that win has obviously, keep implying about the playoff implications, right? Because after you guys suffered that tough loss at Endicott, who, by the way, we found out is a pretty damn good football team. I don't know if you guys saw that firsthand.
Yeah.
I think the nation didn't really know that before that game. They've been put on notice. But by all means, after that loss, you guys had to have been, I guess, for lack of a better term, kind of back against the wall, because last year you had 2 losses and did make it into the playoffs, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But, you and I both know a 2-loss team getting into the playoffs is certainly not a guarantee. So you guys not wanting to maybe back into that playoff run now feels like the momentum is quite a bit different maybe than a year ago?
Oh, for sure. As you mentioned earlier, we've kind of been victims of kind of having, not having any control over, say in our postseason opportunities. And so we make that a very focus of ours, and say, hey, like, this is where, like I said, the goals that we set for ourselves at the beginning of the season, and we kind of know what's ahead. We have our work cut out for us, and so we just take it a week at a time, and just kind of making sure that we, cross all of our T's, dot our I's, so that we can put ourselves in a position like we are right now to, have that chance to, make that deep playoff run like any team would want to do.
Textbook answer, by the way.
Yeah.
That was textbook. No, you said all the right shit. I'm serious. I'm so serious. But like talked about, Texas kid, come through this program. And if I was reading it correctly, obviously the starter last year, but was this year your first as a captain?
I was a captain last year as well.
You were a captain last year. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't figure that out for whatever reason. But over these last 2 years, talk to me about how you've grown into that role on and off the field, and now at a point where you want to leave your mark, leave your legacy. You and that whole class. Obviously, this is more than just a one-man type deal. But how are you going to leave that mark? Again, still got football to play, but talking big picture here.
This year, man, this team right here is special. It's so special. We've had old guys who we've seen it all. We came in, either we came in together and we stuck through a whole pandemic, working out in garages over Zoom calls like we are now.
Hell
Just
yeah.
kind of, I mean, we've seen it all. We've been through it all. And just being in a captain role, man, it's a huge honor, to be a two-time captain because our team votes on that, and they vote in guys who they trust with the team in their hands. So, I mean, I'm beyond blessed to be in that position. And these past 2 years, man, it's forced me to, grow as a player, of course, and just grow in my leadership role, and just kind of break out of my shell. I'm more of a reserve type of guy, so being in that position, I definitely take it personal, and it's forced me to meet new people, and the relationships that I've created on and off the field with people who play or might not play as much is just it all comes together, man. It's something that I'm definitely going to miss. Once I'm done playing, it's definitely one of my favorite parts of playing for sure.
Yeah, man. You could say lead by example all you want. At the end of the day, the best leaders, they need to say something, right? In the certain situations, there are moments when and when not to, and maybe that's what decides how good of a leader they are in different situations, man. But like you said, coming out of your shell and being that voice of reason for the guys. Can we take a step back though and talk about those Zoom workouts over COVID? Those were fucking ridiculous. You
Yeah,
learned a
yeah.
lot about your guys in those couple months there, and yeah, not all of them were pretty, man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, being in a pandemic was unprecedented times for all
Yeah.
of us. No matter whether you were playing football or just, just living everyday life. It was a weird thing for us, and so our coaches, man, our coaches in our program, I think we handled it. I mean, top tier. I mean, our coaches, made sure that they were still reaching out to us. I mean, communication was, nonstop.
Were they barking
And
orders
then
through the Zoom call?
and that's the thing. They would give us our workouts, and then we would hold each other accountable as
Okay, good,
teammates.
good.
We're on there, and so it was just kind of one of those things that you never see yourself being in that kind of position, and then once you're in it, and then I mean, once we get past it, you look back and you're like, man, like as a team, we really handled this, probably the best way that it could be handled because I mean, really nobody knew how to handle, a whole
Mm-hmm.
pandemic in that time. So it's a great experience. I'm definitely going to, you know, be able to live and tell my story about how I was playing college football during the pandemic
Yeah.
for sure.
I can just remember like having our strength coach on the time on, and you got maybe 20 or 30 odd guys, depending on the time of day, whatever it is. But for the most part, you have a lot of guys in there because nobody's doing shit because they're sitting around the house. And,
Exactly.
maybe we did like a timed exercise or something, and he would sit there and just count, and everyone would kind of do it on their own.
Yeah.
Or you just have like, I think we had a Facebook group where we'd like
Mhm.
upload clips. Like if you couldn't make it to the live session, you'd have dudes posting on Facebook. Like,
Exactly.
man, it was like every day you didn't know what was gonna happen.
Exactly.
People got creative too. That's the thing,
Yeah,
because not
you had
everybody's in
to.
some state of the art facility, right? So we were using towels and rope and all type of shit.
Yeah, you had to get it how you can get it, man. Had to get it how you
I
can get
love
it.
it, bro. But talking about you guys a little bit more, so that's why I got on my tangent there. You have the best rushing attack in the conference right now, and it appears to me that you're sharing the rock quite a bit back there. Talk
Yeah.
to me about that.
Our coaches say it, and I back them 100% when they say we had the best backfield. Definitely in the conference, and I think in the country as well too. I mean, those guys, Noah, Colton, Miles, we got so many people that we can throw in with different kind of styles that can contribute to whatever we may need at the time. And it's just as a quarterback, that makes my job a little less hectic, a little more
Hmm.
easy. And I can hand the ball off to anybody at any time, and they can go score, they can go make a big play from anywhere on the field at any time. So, yeah, man, that's those are my guys, man. I love those guys.
That's huge, bro. Yeah, and like you said, it's like a next man up type deal, especially when you have that unselfishness. I think is huge in an offensive backfield. You tend to ride the hot hand too, as being like
Mhm.
a former running back myself. Like I get that. If a dude's having a game, like you better be giving them the rock, because some dudes just see it differently on a given day. But now, obviously, the challenge for you guys, go 1-0 again, right? You got Austin College on the road. What do you got to do to get it done, man?
We just gotta stick to what we've been doing. We actually had we meet as a captain's committee, not just the captains. We have an actual committee of people that we deem leaders on our team
Okay.
and all that kind of stuff. And so we actually met today, and we talk about those kind of things. And so today, that was one of the main questions: where do we go from now? How do we build? Because we're starting to pick up some momentum and play our best football right when we need to. So where do we go from now? And so we kind of just as a collective just said that we don't have to do anything special. We don't have to change and start trying to become people and the team that we're not or anything like that. Everything that we've been doing, and coaches preached on this as well, we just got to keep ramping it up and stay on the hunt. And so the things that we hold dear, to our program and our values and our principles, man, we just got to keep enforcing it. So that way we can finish the season out exactly how we want to.
Hey, if that committee is full of a bunch of dudes, anything like you got a couple dudes in there. All right, I'll tell you that right now. Some authentic ass, down to earth dudes. I appreciate you, bro. I got a lot of respect for you. What kind of jerseys we got on the back there while I got you here?
Oh man, we got some one of the GOAT, in my opinion, basketball. Got a bronze jersey. A Waco native, NFL legend right there, LaDainian Tomlinson.
Okay.
And then one of my throwback jerseys from high school, an all-star game that I was in. So I'm a big jersey guy.
So 3 of the greats.
Fan. Exactly. So like, it's only right. It's only right. I got them hanging in my room.
I love it. Oh, Gaylon, thank you, man. That's all I got for you. Like I said, much respect for you, brother. I'm excited to see you guys close out these last 2 weeks, but then obviously follow you wherever you guys go after that, man. But thank you very much. Can't say it enough, dude. Have a good night.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you for having me on.